What's up? What's up? So, I have a couple of creations. That I want to introduce. I did want to get a website, but I don't want to pay monthly for a website. And how much it's going to cost me yearly, I can't afford that right now. Okay. I have made a couple of creations and I have some videos, and I'm going to show you the videos to explain my creations. Okay, so my first creation that I'm going to show you, it is what I call my protective shells. So this is going to be to protect you emotionally and to promote emotional wellness. Okay, so my invisible store is called House of Journeys. Okay, I don't know if that name is already taken. If it is, then I'm going to have to switch it around. Um, but I decided to name my store House of Journeys because my life has been about experiencing many different journeys. And so when you experience my energy, you can definitely assure that you're going to wake up and then you're going to start your journey. Okay? So I'm going to show you my shells, and I have a video in depth, in detail about my shells. Okay? So I just want to show you. Okay, before I go any further, hold on. So I actually talk about it in the video, but I collaborated with a company named Soul Sticks. Oh my God, this is crazy. I'm trying to tell you this, the company. So okay, I went into my store to go see my girl. Okay, so I came across this oil and I was guided to get it, but I had got other stuff, and I mean I didn't want to spend too much money. So the moment I stepped out of that store, my spirit guides just start yelling at me. So I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta go back and I gotta get that oil. I'm so glad that I did that, because I'm trying to tell you, when I used this oil, I connected with this woman. Whoever, it was a woman, it was somebody. Okay, hold on, I need to sit down, I'm kind of excited. Okay, so I connected to her and I heard her tell me thank you for purchasing her oil, and she was so excited. And I was just like, oh my goodness, wow, I can't believe that I had that experience. Okay, so the thing is that there's a lot of magical shit that goes on with this oil. Okay, so it is used, the purpose of this oil is to collaborate with your protective tools. Okay, so I have created protective tools. So my shells are $3. Okay, so I'm showing you my little shells. So in case you want to purchase anything from me, you got to hit me up on my email. Okay, I'm just going to show you a couple of them. They are protected, so nobody can put any type of ill will on them. You're going to get that instant backfire. Okay, so now I'm going to get into my sexual protection and sexual wellness paintings. Okay, so this is one. This too is also collaborated with the Soul Sticks as well. All right, so the thing is that my energy is on these products, but when I decide to give it away, if I give it away, or when an individual purchases it, my energy is lifted from it so that you can connect and start your journey. So when creating these creations, I had a lot of divine intervention. Okay, so I'm going to go into, this is going to be mental health, mental protection, and mental health and wellness. Okay, so it's a feather and it's got a rose quartz, so this is going to represent balance. Okay, now when I talk about divine intervention, when it comes to these paintings, okay, I did not put the oil up there. I was guided not to put the oil up there. Okay, I was guided not to put any intentions except for protection onto these paintings. Okay, which means that the divine has worked with it more. Okay, spirit guides, whoever. Okay, so I mean, I had to be really hands off. So I just want to show you them because they're my favorite. Okay, they're my favorite, and they all have like little different designs, whatever speaks to you. Okay, so they're coated in resin, so they're durable and they will last long. This is the most different one. This is my favorite one. Okay, but I just kind of wanted to explain a little bit. I got a couple of videos, and I want you to, I want to show you those videos for more explanation when it comes to my crafts. So my paintings are $5 a piece, and my shells are $3. Okay, so if you see this video, if you are interested, okay, but the thing is, you know, it's all about guidance. So if you are not ready for the journey, then be honest with yourself, because you're going to go through stuff. Okay, how can you learn how to protect yourself, and how can you keep up with your wellness without the guidance? Okay, so it's not me guiding. Like I said, at the time of purchase, if I decide to give anything away, my energy is lifted from it so that you can connect solely, okay, to the product. And I mean, it's not anything. I mean, you may want to hang it up if you have an altar, if you have a shrine, or if you have a sacred space. You might want to put it up there, okay? Or if you just you want to hang it up anywhere. So I have created my shell. I have created my canvas, my painting. So of course, mine looks different because it was strictly a custom for me, okay? But I was guided to do these. These are limited because I mean, whoever is going to receive them, they have already been chosen to receive it. Okay, so you know, my spirit guides, they're very future forward. They already know who is going to be given to, or who is going to be purchased. So when it comes to the sexuality, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I only have 6. And when it comes to the mental health, wellness, and protection, I only have 5. When it comes to my shells, I have 13 shells. Okay, I love these shells. Okay, so without further ado, so hello everyone and welcome. So I want to give you a little feedback on my emotional protection and wellness shells that I have created here. So I want to show you these. Okay, so these are my little shells. I have created a limited amount of these shells. During the process, there was a lot of divine intervention, okay? So every piece was created customly, which means that the universe, God, higher powers already knows the individuals that are going to have these shells, okay? So the intention of these shells are to protect you emotionally, okay, as well as be somewhat of an emotional guide to you through times of darkness, loss, maybe even depression, okay? So I want to let you know that the intentions that I have over my creations, these creations, are strictly to help you. At the time of purchase, or at the time that I decide to give it to somebody, my energy is detached from the product, therefore making space for you to connect to your shell wholeheartedly. So it helps aid in if you are an emotional eater, if you have abandonment issues, or if you have issues dealing with like loneliness. Okay, there are berries that are also here as well. So where should I start? So every shell has a leaf, okay? That is a poison ivy leaf, okay? So the berries are poison ivy berries as well. That is going to symbolize, as long as you are not fucking with anybody else, this will work for you. If you are trying to disturb somebody emotionally, or if you come outside of the guidance to where maybe you're tempted off of your emotions to do something that you may regret, you're not going to be protected. Okay, the berries are going to represent the protecting the fruits of your labor, the work that you put into yourself and loving yourself and your emotional wellness. So when you connect to the shell, the moment that you and the shell begin to connect, you're going to be being guided as to how to take care of yourself and protect yourself emotionally. Okay, this will help protect you, but it will give you protection. So during the times to where you are working on yourself, if anybody tries to attack you, it will not work. Okay, I have also collaborated with a company called Soul Sticks, if you want to check them out. So I purchased spell breaking oil, and I also this is heavily dipped in that spell breaking oil as well. That oil is awesome. Soul Sticks are really good. Okay, the energy is really good. It's beautiful. It works. Trust me. I tried it out before I even decided to do my shells, because the oil is actually created to be a collaborator for your crystals, candles, any objects. Okay, and it really works. So anytime to where you're under some type of spiritual attack, okay, a lot of psychic attack is mental, spiritual attack is mental too. So all of these things begin to mess with you emotionally. Okay, so I'm going to create like pendants for mental and spiritual protection and health as well. Okay, so I just kind of want to, all of them are different. They all have a leaf. There's only one that does not have a leaf. Is this the one? I believe this is the one that does not have the leaf. These are all berries. Okay, so this is financial wealth and protection. You know, the emotional connection that you have around money, that you deal with the work in which that you put in for your finances, as well as with yourself emotionally. Okay, they all come with a protection bead on the inside, which is going to be a black onyx. It's either going to be black onyx, black tourmaline, blue tiger's eye, red tiger's eye, regular tiger's eye. There is only one that has the crystal of hollow light. Hollow light is very good for confidence. Okay, the shells are going to represent other individuals that you can have to support you during your time of your challenging emotional situations. Okay, so it will also protect, like these, it will protect two individuals that you have around you, and it will help them to support you, and you can give them permission to come into your emotional barrier of protection. So they are protected too when dealing with you, to where you're going through things emotionally as well. Emotion, energy in motion. So a lot of what we do has a lot to do with how we feel. Okay, and sometimes we can take things out on the people who are closest to us. Okay, or the ones in which that we love. So during our times to where we're having struggle, okay, this is an invitation to shield other individuals as well. You are shielded, they are shielded, but in creating a space. So anytime it comes to protection, right, think of it like this. Think of a box. Inside of this box, it's like very dark smoke. Okay, so to clean out the box, you open the lid and you let all the smoke out. Okay, so you close the box, but it's only the inevitable, and it's only a certain amount of time before the energy begins to collect inside of that box once again. So now, once again, you have to open the box and air out all that negative energy, right? So when it comes to protection, you air out the box and you set your protection. Okay, now that you are protected, your environment, your space is your responsibility without any type of interference, unless you allow it in. So once we go in and cleanse and protect our environment, now we must go in and begin creating the ideal, your dream environment, we'll say. Okay? So if you want to create a space of calm, you are able to do that. You want to create more of a space for love, you will be able to do that. Okay? So remember, when it comes to anything dealing with protection, protection can protect and clear, but it is kind of like a home. You are responsible for cleaning house. So once everything is protected and nothing else can interfere, then this is when we go in with taking accountability and responsibility for ourselves, our environment. When it comes to the shell, we're talking about emotions. So housing those emotions. So clearing out the gunk, the negativity, protecting ourselves from it. So now we are clear to create our inner world without interference. And at the same time, we have divine intervention and guidance as well. Okay, so I just want to show you that. So the intentions of the poison ivy, because when you think about poison ivy is beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? It just exists. It's there. It's not bothering you. It's not messing with you. But when you come messing with it, when you come fucking around with it, what happens? You get that poison ivy. So as long as you are staying focused on your own emotional wellness, it will always protect you. Okay, that is also a part of the guidance too. Because, you know, there are going to be times to where you may have to step outside of the guidance. And so you may feel or become lost. It's going to be purposeful. Okay? You will always come back to the shell. You will always come back to the center. That's why the poison ivy leaf is in the center of all of the shells. Okay? Center, think of the solar plex. Okay? So I think that that's all that I wanted to get into. I just want to show you them, and they are protected. I am able to show them without worrying about anybody trying to do anything to them. Okay? Because at first I was kind of weary. I said, well, I don't want to put it out. I don't want to show, you know, and then motherfuckers be trying to hex my shit and all that type of stuff. Okay? Okay? So, just have like different designs. Okay? See that one? And of course, I had to work very carefully, and I had to handle everything very delicately, and I had to take my time with working with that poison ivy. And I'm glad that I did that, because I was able to kind of slow down and really set my intentions. Okay? So whenever you want to cleanse or recharge your shell, water or air. If you don't live near water, I mean, you can use the faucet. You can take the faucet water and just clean it off, okay? Even if you take muddy water. But, I mean, it's going to be dirty. That defeats the point. So, it doesn't matter, okay? It's about the intentions in which that you set. And so, this is why I am creating this video. Because once you connect to your shell, I want you to set your intentions for your shell. Okay? And if something ever happens to your shell, or if you lose it, it is because the work is done. Okay? The work is done. You by this time, you would have gained your emotional independence. So what we're striving for is emotional intelligence. Okay? So, but it's also very spiritual. So spiritual and emotional wellness, awareness, intelligence. Okay. I think that's pretty much all in which that I had to say. I just want to show you the different ones that I have. Okay. So, you know, they have berries. How we feel a lot of the times dictates what we will do and how we will think or what decision that we will make. Okay. So sometimes when we're struggling with things emotionally, like if you struggle with things mentally, a lot of the times it's mental first, and the mental creates the emotions. Okay, so but like I said, I'm gonna work on doing something for the mind. Okay, the oyster shells are oyster shells that I actually ate from. So this is what I say, it has a lot to do with your wealth, your health, and the emotional relationship that you have with food. Okay, just emotional support. All right, so I mean, that's pretty much gonna be it. So until the next time, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoy the journey with your shell. So until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you. Hello and welcome everybody. So here is our sexuality protection and wellness support guidance paintings. So of course this painting is all about protecting that sexual energy, that sacred energy, as well as that feminine energy. So even though the painting is very pink, it will serve great purpose for a man who is also tapped into his femininity as well. We do not do any discriminations over here. Okay, so there are a couple of materials here. I use rhinestones, glitter. There are a couple of pieces made out of resin that I worked with at one point in time. There is earring pieces, paint, watercolor, acrylic, and nipple pasties. Okay, so these paintings are here to provoke and to help with your sexuality, and like I said, protecting your sexual wellness. So once again, when it comes to these intentional pieces, there is divine interference. So you will be on the journey. You will be on the journey of sexual health, sexual expression, the balancing more of that sexual energy while tapping into more creative energy. You're going to be exploring how you can channel and redirect your sexual energy in a very healthy and beneficial way with incorporating creativity. So it's not just about crafting, painting, singing, and all that type of stuff. This is about creating you, your sexual expression, your intimate relationship with self. Okay, it all starts with self. So when you dive into you, then naturally you will spill out and pour out onto others. So this is very beneficial to helping be of support to you in the relationship with you, but also the relationship in which that you have with other individuals. Okay, expression, freedom, more communication. The more freer we feel, the more that we know that we are free. We have this sense of, for one, happiness. And we speak more. You have a tendency to speak more. You don't always have to, in speaking, you don't have to speak through your words. It is expression. You can express that you are sad through visuals, through creating yourself. You may paint a teardrop at the bottom of your eyelid, right? So in many ways, we are connecting. Not connecting, but communicating. But in communicating, we are connecting. You are always tapped in. You are always communicating. You are alive. You are a live, vibrating vessel of energy. So, think of this as like life support. So we work with the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plex chakra. And all of that is put into these paintings. All of those intentions, the work in which that I did, I was very intentional with this specifically. I even yoni steamed, okay, to help invoke more of that sacred feminine energy appreciation. Okay, a lot of work went into this, and of course we are collaborating with Soul Sticks. Soul Sticks is awesome and amazing. You're gonna notice there's a lot of magical things that happen with that oil. Oh, it's the most beautiful oil. I absolutely would not recommend it or be using it. And it's created to collaborate with your spiritual tools. You will see the magic of it. So I have blessed these paintings and anointed them with that oil as well. So yes, your sacred energy will be protected. When we talk about protection, we clear out the space. We protect any unwanted energy entering into the space. But you must be creating your space. Okay. So, I'm trying to think about what you may experience, but I really cannot tap into what you will experience. Each piece is so very different, is very custom, because a woman is an individual before she is a woman. A man is an individual before he is a man. Okay, so I encourage with these pieces that individuals take a little more pride, value, and appreciation within their individuality in the process of creating themselves. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up there. And until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you, everyone. And today's product is going to be our mental health protection, wellness, and guidance paintings. So I have created a painting. As you can see in detail that the background on each of them are different. Okay, so each one will appeal to the eye of whoever it is meant for. And some of the materials I used is paint, glitter, feathers, rhinestones, and rose quartz. There's a rose quartz bead there, if you can see that clearly. Alright, so this is going to represent maintaining the balance. Alright, so when we go in and we talk about protection, I said this in the shell video, if you have purchased the shell, that protection clears out and keeps things out, but on the inside, we must be doing the work to create the kind of world or environment that we want for ourselves. So with having this painting, your mental health will be protected, but you must do the work, which means that it'll be more supportive. You won't be as interrupted when it comes to your thoughts. I did not collaborate the Soul Sticks oil with this painting, I got very strict guidance to be hands off and to allow the divine to put their intentions into the painting, because this is everything in which that I do is guidance. So when my spirit guides or divine intervention steps into play, divine interference I should say, then I know that it has nothing to do with me. Okay, which means that my guides are setting things up for other people to be able to connect with other individuals. So years ago, I found out that my paintings actually bring individuals miracles. And when I found this out, I just decided to do things a lot differently in how I use my paintings, instead of just kind of mindlessly creating an image. But I mean, if you think about it, it's not mindlessly, because the individuals that receive the paintings, it's like they have to have some type of emotional reaction to it, like a real one. And then they will see the magic of the miracle. But if I just give somebody a portrait, if I just give somebody a painting, they're just like, oh, okay. They're not gonna see the magic. They're not gonna see the miracle. Okay. But I have set that up. When individuals don't appreciate me, then they will not benefit from me. They will not see the magic. I could care less if anybody thinks I know I'm telling the truth or not. I know. So the less you know is the more I am protected anyway. So hey, it works out for me. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. So these are very limited. There are only 5 of these in which that I have. And I don't plan on creating things in mass productions. Everything in which that is being created is in perfect harmony and flow. I'm in alignment when I am creating everything. So everything is real tight. Everything is very purposeful. The way that it is supposed to go is going to go. I don't even know. I don't even know myself. Okay? So I really just want to just kind of open up to you about these pieces, because I want you to understand that you are going to be connecting to the guidance towards better mental health. And it is a hell of a journey. There is no spiritual protection on these canvases, I was told, because you are going to become, if you are not aware of warfare, rituals, witchcraft, energy manipulation, you will become aware of those things. And so you will begin to experience certain things supernaturally, spiritually. And so you need the practice. So you can't be protected. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to have the experiences. Now, my thing is that this is why you want to be sincere. Because this is why you want to be sincere, because you're going to go through things. And if you're not ready to go through things, if you honestly don't want to go through things, then it's not in your interest to purchase this. Okay? So that is fair warning on all of my products, because there is guidance with these products. I'm not here to talk you to death or talk your head off. But I just wanted to make certain things clear. Okay? So my energy is not attached. At the time of purchase, it is detached. If I decide to give it away, it is detached. So the moment that it detaches from me, and you begin to spiritually bond with it, it's nothing that you have to be intentional about. It's going to be happening. The moment that you receive it, that is the agreement. Okay? But I'm not going to talk you to death. But I have to tell you I have to tell you somewhat as to what to expect. Okay? But we're going to wrap it up there. Until the next time, I hope that you enjoy your canvas piece from me. Thank you.